Okay, so we've got a lot of indie brands announcing their last collections of the year, and I have been so lucky as to receive a few myself. Now, this video is a bit of a strange one because I am combining three indie palettes, but two of them have been out for quite some time, and one just got revealed today, so I thought I would combine it into a 3 looks 1 palette video. If you guys want to see me create an eye look with the newly revealed Arttitude palette as well as the 2 palettes from Kryptein Cosmetics, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do love eyeshadow palettes, especially indie ones, so you're gonna see a lot of indie eyeshadow palettes coming up on my channel. If you don't want to miss it, highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. So like I explained at the start of the video, I'm actually just trying to make this one work because Arttitude is announcing 2 palettes. This one got revealed today, and then the next one is getting revealed I think on the 26th, and then the launch is on the 28th. So they did kindly send me both of their eyeshadow palettes, and I wanted to create something with it, but since the reveals are so spaced out, I thought I would create an eye look with this palette and create this very strange video. Listen, I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch this, but I have 2 looks filmed with each of these Kryptein palettes, and since like multiple looks, multiple palette videos are kind of popular, I thought I would mix it up. I've been holding on to the eye looks with these 2 palettes for so long, and it's just time to get it out there. So anyway, Arttitude is going to have another palette that they're going to show, and I don't know if they'll move it up and show it sooner. If they do, it is what it is. At least I created one look with one of the palettes, but I'm so excited because this is their vintage palette, and I'm actually really into color stories like this right now. It kind of reminds me of the Snowman palette that Oden's I did for their holiday last year, and I am super duper excited to play with this one. I did swatch it, so I'll go ahead and show you guys swatches and close-ups of the palette. It did swatch beautifully. I do really like Arttitude's eyeshadow formula. It's very nice and pigmented. The metallics really glide on. They're so smooth and buttery, and she's got some really great shades in here, and then the mattes are nice and opaque, and I know they blend really well, so I'm very, very excited to play with this palette. Arttitude is a UK-based indie brand, and I have received pretty much all of their palettes in PR over the years, and they make some really cool color stories, so I'm really excited about this holiday release. I don't know if they have other items with this collection, but I will link as much information as I can in the description box for you guys to check out on this palette. And then the next 2 palettes are from the same brand, so this is Kryptein Cosmetics. They are a C beauty brand, which I believe just stands for like brands that are made in China and based in China, I think. I don't actually know a ton about this, but I have seen quite a few palettes from them, and I was so curious, so I finally bought. These are their 2nd palette and their 3rd palette they ever launched, I think. So we have Violet Crazy and Atlantis. Violet Crazy is sold out. It does look quite subtle in the palette, but I really like the look I was able to create with this palette. You guys will of course see it. I do have close-ups and swatches, so I'm just going to show those to you guys. But yeah, this is a beautiful palette. We've got half shimmers and half mattes, and the packaging is super cute as well. So overall, I'm super happy I got to try this brand. And then we have the Atlantis palette, which is basically a blue palette. Again, there's some really stunning shades in this one. You guys will see the eye look, and hopefully you guys will let me know which eye look is your favorite of the 3 that I'm going to create today. So now that you've seen all the close-ups and swatches, let's go ahead and roll into a look with the Kryptein eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so I'm gonna do a look with the Kryptein Cosmetics Violet Crazy palette today. I have not used this palette before. I do have swatches and close-ups that I'm gonna insert in this video, but this is a C beauty brand. I guess that's what they call makeup brands that are made in China. I don't really know much about this, but I have seen a few of my friends that review indie brands talk about these palettes, so I was super curious. They came out with 2 at the same time. I did end up purchasing both with my own money, and these have sat in my makeup collection for an embarrassingly long time. So today I'm going to focus on Violet Crazy, and I will do a look with the blue palette as well. This is probably going to be a multiple looks video, so I'm just kind of starting it in the middle, but there'll be more information inserted that you've already seen coming up as well. And I'm going to try and pull in as many palettes for this video as possible because I have so many palettes that I've spent my good money on and they deserve to be used and tried out, and I want to be able to share my thoughts with you guys as well, because the main reason, of course, that I have my platform is so that I can try out palettes and let you guys know what's what, if a brand's worth taking a chance on or if you should pass on it. So this palette, straight off the bat, I will say the mattes seem very gently pigmented, which some of you might like, some of you might not like. I just felt like the swatches looked very muted, which can be a good thing for people that don't want to go too overboard with color. But I just dipped into the shade called Midnight, which is the dark purple right here, and I'm just using that on the outer corner. There's also a shade called Eternal, which looks like a more gray tone shade. So I'm going to use the purple because I don't really want to do gray on my eyes today. I'm supposed to be going on a little hike with some friends with the kiddos. We'll see. It's supposed to be like an amazing, nice day here. Probably one of the last ones before the winter. So I want to take advantage. I want to get my kids outside, but it's also my babysitter day. So my babysitter is watching my kids right now so I can film. And shockingly, I think, caught up on new releases. So I can finally dedicate some time to trying out all these palettes from indie brands that I've either picked up or I bought or that have been sent to me. One that I was planning on using today was the Lightworks palette from Denona. But honestly, this is so, I don't know, either funny if you're a mom or maybe kind of cringe to admit, but today was the first day like that wasn't wild and crazy where I could actually like wash my hair. So I took a shower, like I washed my hair today. Not that I haven't showered, I shower every night, but I don't love like washing my hair at night because I hate going to bed with wet hair. So usually I could blow dry it, but I don't like to blow dry it when my kids are sleeping, and I could come downstairs and do it, but I don't really want to. So I finally got to shower after like 2 weeks. I got to wash my hair. I should say wash my hair. Okay, I used the shade Fated. It's like this muted light purple in the inner portion of the lid. And then for the lid shade, I have to use the shade called the One. It's a really pretty multi-chrome green purple shifting shadow. So I feel like that needs to be all over the lids today. As I'm sure you're able to tell, this look isn't going to take me very long, and that's okay because I like to do easy eye looks. And so I'm just going to go on to this shade called the One and give it a nice spray. This definitely seems like a very flaky shadow, so I wanted to really wet it. See, it looks so beautiful and purpley on the lid. When I apply it in the pan, it looks like it's a green shade, but those duochromes and those multichromes, they can be deceiving when you see them in the pan versus how they look on the eye. This is such a pretty shade. Oh, this is so cute. It's so pretty. I like it so much. Okay, I'm going to line the lower lash line quick, and then we're just going to finish up this quick and easy look. So I just used this Kaleidos eyeliner in the waterline. It's more of a blue multichrome, but it is what it is. If you guys have good recommendations for really pretty like purple eyeliner, let me know down in the comments, because I'm realizing I don't really have like a purple eyeliner. I do have some ColourPop ones, but I would like something even more pigmented if possible. But this looks really cute. So for the lower lash line, we're just going to keep it very, very simple. I'm just going to use the same shades that I used in the crease. So I'm going to start off with Midnight, and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line really close to the waterline because I don't want this to be an overly dramatic makeup look. I kind of want it to be something more, I don't want to say neutral because it's definitely like a purple eyeshadow look, but also kind of like something maybe that you could wear that's daytime and kind of evening time appropriate. I don't want to say natural because I don't think that natural necessarily means like browns, so I don't think this is a natural look, but and I don't think it's a neutral look, so I'm calling it a kind of like more simple look, I guess. I'm just taking that lighter shade of purple called Faded, and I'm just running that on the rest of the lower lash line. This is a very like gray toned purple palette, but it's pretty, and I think it could be a really pretty everyday palette for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go into the shade called Fairy Tale, which is like a really pretty iridescent white shadow. I'll show it to you in a second, and I'm just gonna plop that right on the inner corner. Okay, so this is the shade I used in my inner corner. So I've used 1, 2, 3, 4 shadows in this palette, and it clearly has 12 shades. So definitely not like a full-blown review, definitely just a first impressions, but super cute. So I'm gonna spray my face and put on some earrings, and I'll be right back to give you guys my first impressions on this palette. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. What do you guys think? I haven't worn these earrings in a while, and I thought they would be so fun with this makeup look, and my hair is freshly washed, so let's all just pretend that I had professional hair and makeup done, and this is like one of those like movie star looks where you see them on the red carpet and they just have their hair slicked back, but it looks wet, but I don't actually know if it is wet or not, but that's the vibe I'm going for because I really don't want to blow dry my hair right now. Anyways, let me tell you really quick what else I used for my full face today. So for highlighter, I just put this back in my stash from being in my shop, my stash forever. So this is the Natasha Denona Golden Highlighter Palette. I did buy this with my own money, but I do have a code on the Natasha Denona website. If you ever want to use it, it's just KHMAKEUP, and it will save you some money on your Natasha Denona purchases. My lip color is from ColourPop. They did send me the full Haunted Mansion collection, and this is their Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Witch Ride, and it's like a really pretty purpley color, so I thought it would pair really well with this look. I really like the ColourPop matte liquid lipsticks. I always have, but I know that not everybody loves a matte lip, but I still do. I feel like they were always in style for me. I just didn't wear them as much, but I still love them so much, and this is a great fall color. This is a newer to me blush. This is from Milani. It's the Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Glow in the shade 160. It's such a pretty blush formula, and Milani is one of my favorite drugstore brands, so I've been really enjoying that. For my powder today, I'm just wearing this Tarte one. I've been trying it out. It's the Greaseless setting powder in the shade Lavender. I picked that up at Sephora. And then for my bronzer today, I tried 2 products that I haven't in a while. So for cream, I used the Laguna bronzer in the shade 03. I did have a friend gift this to me. I haven't used it a ton, so I wanted to pull it out and try it out and see. And then my Pat McGrath bronzer in the shade Desert Glow. I really like her bronzer formula, so if you're in the market for a bronzer, you can check that out. And then for concealer and foundation, I have the Face Bond foundation from Urban Decay. And for concealer, I have the HD Skin Concealer from Makeup Forever. So that is everything that's on my face today. And yeah, I really like this look. I really like the palette so far. I'm definitely going to give you guys like a roundup of all the palettes at the end of this video, like once I figure out all the palettes I'm going to feature. But yeah, this is the look. So let me know what you think, and let's get into another look with another palette. I'm so excited to film with the Atlantis palette from Kryptein Cosmetics. This one I think is my favorite of the 2 palettes, but I played with the purple one first, so let's go ahead and try this out and see how the eye look turns out. I am so pumped because I did swatch it for this video, and it's swatched so beautifully. I'm going to start off with this BK Beauty 206, and we're going to go into this shade called Whale. It's a beautiful like navy blue shade, and I think it's going to be the perfect deep blue shade for the outer corner as well as a little bit in the crease. I'm just pressing that on so we can get some good pigmentation from it first. Okay, that looks really pretty. I'm going to go into the shade called Aquaman, and it's a beautiful pastel-y blue shade, and we're just going to put that all over the inner portion of the lid. I want to see how pigmented the shadow is. I'm trying to press it in on the lid as well, not too much blending. I love that gradient. It looks so good. I could like sit here and do this all day long. But I'm going to leave it like that, and then we're going to amp it up after I'm done applying the shimmers. So I'm really interested in the top 3 shimmer shades. This blue is just like such a beautiful aquamarine. This is a beautiful multi-chrome. So is this one called Siren and Jellyfish. So we'll have to try and get all 3 on the lid somehow. I have an idea. We'll see if it pans out. I'm going to start off with the shade Deluge, kind of all over the lid. And these formulas seem like they would be just fine if I spray them a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to put that blue shade kind of all over the middle portion of my lid. This doesn't have like a base shade to it, so good thing I put eyeshadow on my lid as well so that there is a color underneath. I feel like this would apply really well with my finger. It has that kind of, see? That's crazy how intense that is when you just put it on with your finger versus a brush. Just sticks to your finger so much better. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take the same brush. I'm just going to flip it, and I'm going to go into shade Jellyfish, which is that first shade. I wanted to use it as an inner corner shade, but I'm going to just kind of plop it on the inside and blend it into Deluge. So I'm really trying to press that lighter shade in there. It's like iridescent with tons of blue shifts. And I don't mind if it, ooh, it's a very flaky shadow. I'm getting a little bit on the inner corner as well. It's fine, I don't mind. And then I'm going to go into the shade Siren, which is also very flaky. Trying to pick it up on this brush. Get a little spray, and I'm going to pop that on the outer edge. Has a little bit more green to it. I was going to put it all over the lid on top of the blue, but I think we can just blend it into the middle shade. Focus it on the outer edge of the shadow. This is so intense. It's so beautiful. I am so into this color story. So let me throw on a liner and finish up this look quick. I used Urban Decay Chaos in the waterline for this look. I'm going to grab a pencil brush from Sigma. I'm going to go into the shade Whale, which is that pretty dark blue shade that we used in the outer corner. Just going to build that up a little bit on the outer edge. How have I been doing YouTube for this long and I still can't do my lower lash line without making weird faces in the camera? I'm going to go into Aquaman, and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line very close to the blue eyeliner and just kind of set everything so it doesn't budge. And then I'm going to take that brush that I did the outer corner with and just build up that blue. Such a pigmented shadow, and take a little bit of Aquaman and build that up too. I feel like Aquaman right now with this eye look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw on some mascara, do some blush, highlighter, all of the things, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay friends, here is the finished look. What do we think? I'm living my best blue dreams right now, so really indulge me in this look. But let me tell you really quick what else is on my face. So for foundation, I tried the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation, and I've decided I don't think I like this. The shade is way too dark for me, especially going into fall. So 19 Golden, I regret you. I think I'm gonna try and go in store and see if I can find a better shade, but oh my gosh, this is so warm on me. I did use a little bit of the Tarte Lavender powder, and I also used like a lighter concealer, But overall, I just am not very impressed with this foundation. I don't feel like it did a very good job of covering my entire face, and it just looks very textured on me. It's not the beautiful, like, smooth blurring effect I've seen in a lot of foundations recently. So I'm not super impressed with that, and I know it's a very expensive foundation. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping for foundations. So this is the HD Skin concealer from Makeup Forever. This one I bought in the shade 2.5N. It is a little bit light for me, but since it's a concealer and I use it under my eyes the most, I can make it work. And then for my blush today, I'm wearing the shade Risky Raisin from Singe. This is such a pretty shade, and it's going to be a staple for fall for me. And I did pull out some new sponges today because my face was breaking out, and that's definitely a sign to throw away my sponges and also wash my brushes, which I hadn't done in quite some time, so I need to do that. And then for bronzer, I really like this. It is the Jaclyn Cosmetics bronzer in the shade Top Down. This brand doesn't exist anymore, but I love this bronzer, so I'm going to continue using it. You guys know I love to use a cream or liquid bronzer before I put on a powder bronzer, so today I used the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. This is in the deeper shade. And for highlighter today, I'm wearing the Unearthly Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Phantom Blur. This is a beautiful blue highlighter, and it's part of their Gargoyle collection. I did purchase that with my own money. And then for lip, I wanted to just use a gloss, but I wanted to add a little pigmentation. So I've been putting a gloss on and then putting a lipstick on top a lot. But this is the Say gloss in the shade Dream. And of course the NARS lipstick in the shade Body Heat. I love both of these shades. Again, perfect for the fall season. Oh, and then another concealer I did use. I started off with the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Biscuit. So that is everything on my face today. I just wanted to talk you guys through it. I am gonna go ahead and get to another look now with another palette. Okay friends, now that look 1 and 2 are done, let's go ahead and play with the Arttitude palette. Like I said, I know it's kind of random. It would have been really perfect if I could have included the other Arttitude palette in this video, but I don't want to wait another week to post this video, so I'm just going to do one look with this palette, and then we're going to go ahead and film with the second palette some other time. But I'm so excited because this palette has some really beautiful green shades in it, so I think I'm just going to do a green eyeshadow look. I'm definitely wearing just like a very laid back, just like bluey sweater, so don't mind me because I definitely look like I put 2 toddlers to bed, and let's just say they are in like this heavy splashing phase, and I was like drenched. Like, oh my gosh. These kids, man, they have like endless energy, and I'm like, who told them that splashing was a good idea? Anyway, I'm going into the shade called Timeless, which is my kind of green shade. It's like a true green, and I'm just using that on the crease as well as the outer corner, and we're just kind of lightly blending it. It's very pigmented, so I'm trying to go easy with it because I don't want to kind of have it be too concentrated just yet. And then for the inner corner, I want to use the shade Classic, which is a really pretty minty green color. Interesting names and interesting shades. I don't think anybody would call a minty green Classic and a true green Timeless, but I would, so I kind of love that for me. Look at how pigmented that shade is. I love that. This is probably going to be a very simple look, but I think it's going to be really pretty at the same time. So I'm going to go back into Timeless, and we're just going to keep building that up on the outer corner. I can't believe it's November, you guys. I can't believe Thanksgiving is next week. That's bananas. I've been getting emails from brands like starting their Black Friday sales and stuff, and I'm like, am I even like prepared? I don't even know. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Wow, I really like how those two mattes look together. Now I'll probably deepen up the outer corner a little bit more, but I want to go into the shade called Glamour. It's like an iridescent shade, and I think it'll look beautiful on top of that minty light shade on the lid. It did feel kind of like a flaky shadow, so I'm just gonna spray my brush, of course, once I pick it up. Yeah, it's very flaky. Okay, that looks cute, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of Antique, which is this really pretty gold shade. It's like a true gold, and it looks like it has way more of a base to it. So I think I'm going to pop that on the lid too, because I want some color on the lid too. Okay, that looks more intense. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the shade called Retrograde. I think it's like a really dark shimmer. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the outer edge. I feel like I'm getting a ton of fallout with these shimmers, so I don't know how I feel about that. But I will clean that up in a second. I just want to line the waterline really quick so I can finish up the look. Okay, I just used the Natasha Denona eyeliner in the shade Willow in the waterline. So I'm just taking a pencil brush from Sigma and I'm going to go into the shade called Fashion, which is the darkest green in the palette. And I'm just running that all the way on the lower lash line and into the outer corner as well. Okay, I really like how that dark green shade kind of completed the look. It's so pigmented and it really just blended beautifully, but it also was opaque exactly where I needed it to be. So I just need to put on a lippy, throw on some mascara, and throw on some blush and highlighter. So I'll do all of that and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. You guys, I really love how this look turned out. It's so cute. It's green, but it's like minty and fresh looking. I kind of wish I had a different shirt on, but that's okay. Let's just pretend. You guys know how it is around here. I like to call this Moms Do Makeup After Dark or something like that. But anyways, I feel like I haven't worn these earrings. I don't know if I've ever worn them, but I thought they look really cute with this look, with the whole vintage theme. I have this cough. It is literally from the pits of hell because it has not gone away yet. But anyway, let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today in case you guys are curious. So I pulled out a old lippy of mine. This is from NARS and it's the shade No Angel. I don't even know what this formula is, but the other day I was like rearranging my lipstick drawer and I found it and I was like, oh, I should wear that. So it's a really pretty nude shade and I topped it with the Unearthly lip gloss from the Gargoyle collection. This is Twilight Whisper. It's such a pretty shimmery lip gloss. It's just like the prettiest small little white shimmers in it. So that is my lip combo. I have my Chanel Cream bronzer on. I did not use a powder bronzer today. And then for blush, I'm wearing my favorite blush from House Labs. This is French Rosette. It's just like a really pretty terracotta rose shade. So I love that so much. My highlighter is one I've been loving as well. This is the Armani highlighter. This is the new highlighter formula they came out with in the shade number 2. And then for foundation and concealer, I have on the LYS concealer and the Dior stick foundation. So that's pretty much everything on my face today. I kept it pretty simple, but I like the vibe of this look. I think it's very, very cute. And I just really like how it turned out. It exceeded my expectations. So that is the Arttitude Vintage Palette. So now that we've done a look with each of these palettes, let's just go ahead and talk about all 3 of these palettes. Let's talk about the Kryptein Cosmetics palettes really quick. I think these are so pretty and I'm so glad I tried them. I can't remember how much I paid for them, but I think it was over $100 with both of them. They did have a free shipping promo when I bought them as a bundle, so there's that. And I bought them, I think, pretty close to their launch, but it's just taken me this long to get a video of them up, so that's why I know it's a little bit weird, but I wanted to include this and just get it out there because they do have a new palette coming out as well. It's an all shimmer palette, so I don't plan on picking it up, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I have tried this brand and I think these palettes are really cute. They're very similar to a lot of other shimmer and matte formulas I've tried from other indie brands. And yeah, this is cute. This is definitely a subtle purpley palette, but I think it has a good mix of shades. I'm actually really curious to know why this one is sold out, but the Atlantis palette is still in stock. I'm guessing that this one just has more appeal to the mass audience, whereas this one might be a little bit more intimidating because it's blue. I could definitely see myself continuing to try this brand. I think they also did a really good job with the packaging. So I'll go ahead and link them down below in case you haven't heard of them. And they also have really cute acrylic palettes. So if you have a large single eyeshadow collection, I know they have some really pretty acrylic palettes that I've been eyeing. So you might want to take a gander at that too in case you're curious. But I just wanted to talk about this brand on my channel. I feel like I haven't tried a lot of new brands this year. I know in previous years I would try a lot of new brands, and I even had videos about brands that I recommend you trying in the new year, etc. So it feels like I've tried a lot less, but also I feel like all my favorite brands have come out with more eyeshadow palettes. So I've been busy either which way, but if you were curious about Kryptein Cosmetics, I would say that they're definitely worth checking out. And maybe you don't want to buy both palettes, but I would say get one, whichever color floats your boat, and try it out and see, and definitely let me know what you think if you've tried this brand already. Okay, so now let's talk about the vintage palette from Arttitude. I think this is a beautiful color story. I'm actually really excited. I will say the shimmers are definitely a little bit more flaky than I was expecting. I didn't have any trouble with Antique, but this one was definitely, you know, coming apart a little bit glamour. So if you have really finicky eyelids, I would say probably use a glitter glue just to be on the safe side if you want to play with that kind of multi-chrome shade right here. The rest I think are just regular shimmer shades, and then this one looks like it's maybe a duochrome shade, but overall the shimmers were okay. The mattes are super duper beautiful, very pigmented, very easy to blend, very opaque and bright and beautiful. So I'm very, very excited to play with the other palette that Arttitude is launching as well. That palette's getting announced, like I said, next week. So I'll keep you guys posted. Definitely keep your eyes peeled to my Instagram and my YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on that one or if I'll just do like a reel or a short. I'm also a Arttitude affiliate, so if you want to use my code KHMAKEUP at the launch, you will save a little bit of money on your purchase as well. I don't have a code for Kryptein, but I know there are other creators that do, so definitely keep an eye out. And if I can find any, I'll share with you guys in the comments or in the description box. And if you are a creator that has a code with Kryptein, definitely share it in the comments, because I love when people get to take advantage of discount codes, of course. So that is everything for today's video. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit low energy, but I want to get this video ready to go so you guys can enjoy it. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I will see you in another video very, very soon. Actually, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to have a 2 looks video go up. So definitely come back. And in the meantime, YouTube should be popping up some suggestions for other YouTube videos from me that you can enjoy. So if you want to hang out with me a little bit longer, you sure can. If our time together is done today, then I will see you very, very soon. Bye, friends!